Hey everybody, Jeff Stone here with another episode of MagicReview.com, day 24 of 2015. We're checking out voices today. Now, before we get to that, had a weird thing happen today. So, if you go watch the ad trailer for this, it's really kind of a little bit creepy, and it's got this weird, whispering voices and some sort of weird music. It's a little creepy. And then you watch the DVD and it has that same sort of theme going through it. And then as I get into the DVD, I'm realizing, oh crap, in order to do some of the tricks, I'm going to need to go buy a box of Tic Tacs and a little mini Bic lighter. I didn't have any small Bic lighters. So I stopped the DVD and I got in the car and went over to Maverick. Well, in the car, my wife, she was the last one to drive it, and she left on classical music. I'm listening to rock, either my own playlist on my phone or K-Bear, which plays the best hard rock stuff around here, or country, whatever. Anyway, she's left it on classical, and for some reason on this classical station, they are doing this weird Halloween, creepy sort of musical concert storytelling thing. It's really bizarre, really creepy. And it's the middle of January, the end of January. We're about as far away from Halloween as you can get, but it was a Halloween thing. It was really weird. So, fine, I get to Maverick, right? And I buy, I'm going to show you here, fold the receipt for the surprise ending. Okay, I bought 2 Tic Tacs, that's those $3.38, plus 2 Bic lighters for $2.98 total. For a grand total of $6.66. 666, the number of the beast. So, between the creepy music, the weird thing on the radio, the number of the beast at Maverick, all signs point to Jeff Prace is possessed by a demon. That's the only explanation I can think of. Anyway. So, what is voices? The idea is it's one of Jeff's sort of creativity mind dump kind of projects, where the idea was all these voices in his head telling him these ideas to create. So, you get 4 main effects, 3 bonus effects, and then like a 15-minute creativity session, we'll call it. But it's just him and the camera. So, let's talk about each effect real quick. First one, Flavorless. It is, you take a piece of chewing gum out of your mouth, put it on your fingertips, you take I don't have a blister pack, but you take the blister pack that the gum was from, give it a tap, and that gum becomes unchewed and you can give it out. You can open up the blister pack, pop out pieces for those around, and it's very clean. You can show everything. It's pretty clean. You can't give it out for examination, but it's clean enough that it doesn't matter. So, that's the basic effect. That's what you get. Look at the trailer. You'll see it in there. If you like the way that effect looks, you'll be very happy with the method. It's very, very good, very, very clean. The only catch is you do have to go buy a couple of things at a craft store to make that work. It does not come with the gimmicks for that. Next one, containment, which is the color-changing Tic Tacs. And this is actually pretty clever, and it comes with the gimmick you need to make it work, and you just have to supply your own Tic Tacs. Keep the Tic Tacs in your pocket, and you're ready to go anytime. Now, the catch is it is a bit angly. It is a little bit angly. And the second thing is, the idea is you show the orange Tic Tacs, and then you say, does anybody want orange? And then you quickly change it to white and go, oh, here, how about have a white one? And you can give out a white one. Now, in order to give out the Tic Tacs, first of all, you have to remove the gimmick, which is, it's not too tricky, but in the heat of the moment where they're expecting a Tic Tac, you're kind of getting burned a little bit by them. So you got to be careful there. Second thing, what if they want an orange Tic Tac? They can't have one. So we'll just leave it at that. But the gimmick is very clever, and it's probably the best gimmick I've seen for this kind of effect where it's a color-changing Tic Tac. So if you don't mind those couple things I just mentioned, then again, you'll be very happy with that. But it is the kind of thing where if it wasn't Tic Tacs, you do the color change and you're done, and that's all there is to it. But because it's Tic Tacs, it's the kind of thing where people are expecting, well, I want a Tic Tac, and so now the gimmick has to be handled. Now the Tic Tacs have to be handled. So that makes it a little bit trickier. Clasped. I had a problem with this one. If you watch the trailer, this is the one where the ring vanishes and it ends up on a necklace that he's wearing on a clip. That, for one, none of the stuff you need is supplied again, which, again, it's fine. I understand that you can't supply every single thing. But the one thing that bugged me a little bit was the cord he used, he said, was very hard to find, and he finally found it online. Well, then, Jeff, my brother, give us a link to where you found it or something, right? So that was a little bit weird that he didn't do that. Plus, you're still going to have to buy a couple other things. And then the necklace itself, the handling of it's very fishy. For one, you have to have your shirt untucked. You cannot do this without an untucked shirt. I wear a dress shirt, button-up shirt, and I buy from Big and Tall. So my untucked shirt is like down to my knees almost, right? Because just the size of my shirt, that's the way they work. And so I can't wear an untucked shirt, especially in the kind of venues I perform in. I can't wear it. Would just, even if the shirt untucked wasn't so low, it just would look weird for the venues I do. And so, I don't wear t-shirts in my gigs. It's not the places I perform. It's just not the right attire. So if you're doing street style performances and stuff, then you might be wearing an untucked t-shirt. That's fine. But the problem is, you cannot have anybody behind you at all. It's not the kind of thing where, like, some tricks, if they're behind you, they might see something over your shoulder. No. They'll see all kinds of stuff if they're behind you. So you absolutely have to have complete control over what's behind you. Well, if you're on the streets, you can't do that. If you're at a restaurant, you can't do that. If you're at most strolling gigs, you can't do that. So to me, the method's just impractical. And the handling of it's a little fishy, and they cut that part of it out in the ad trailer. So that bugged me a bit. So that's fishy handling. They cut part of it out in the ad trailer, and if there's anybody that's like basically not right in front of you, they're going to see too much. So to me, that's not the most practical method for that effect. Fuel, the lighter, there's two different lighter things on here. One is in the main section, one's in the bonus section. The one in the main section is called Fuel, and it's like, if you're familiar with Mark Janess's number 2 pencil, it's kind of like that, where the number 2 jumps around and stuff. It's done with a Bic lighter. But the cool thing, there's a very clever display due to the nature of the gimmick that allows you to show very clearly both sides of the lighter with nothing on it. And then suddenly there's a gimmick on it and it moves around, or not a gimmick, but a logo, and it moves around. And then you hand out the lighter to the spectator in their hand. They stick it in their hand. When they open it, the big logo's all over the place. There's like 20 of them on there. And they can keep the lighter, not keep it, but they can examine it or whatever, and then give it back to you. And all you need to do that is you got to buy a Bic lighter, but everything else is supplied. You make the gimmick, put it in your pocket, and you're good to go anytime, anywhere. So those are the 4 main ones. I should mention one other thing about the Tic Tac thing, and that is the only method Jeff shows for making the Tic Tacs change from orange to white is where he takes them, and then you see this in the trailer, and he sticks them under his shirt for a minute, and they come out and they're white. That's fine if you have an untucked shirt, again. Now, you can do other things. I played around with Marlowe's through the fist move or whatever it is, or is it Vernon's through the fist? It's the through the fist move. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's Marlowe's or Vernon's. We're going to go Marlowe Vernon. I don't remember. Anyway, the through the fist move. You guys are familiar with that. That doesn't quite work unless you're very, very careful, because there are some angle issues when it comes time to make the change. The display, you have a little bit more control over displaying the box, but the angles for doing the change are a little fishy, or not fishy, but tricky. So you're going to have to work out your own method. He doesn't teach one other than under the shirt. And even in the end of the shirt one, you'll see that they cut. And they did that in the actual performance and during the explanation, because I'm sure it's because he flashed. And the reason I know that is because when he was walking through the explanation, showing how to do the change, there was some flash in there. So it's very angly when it comes to that change. You just got to watch how you handle it. And so just be careful. You're going to have to come up with your own method there. Okay, moving on to the bonus stuff. There were 3 bonus effects. One was basically color changing soda. This doesn't require any gimmicks. You can just set this up like if you're at Wendy's or whatever. You need to have a clear straw and an opaque cup, and then access to the soda fountain machines with nobody there watching it. That's basically all you need. But you can set it up right there at the soda machine, go back to your table, and just like in the middle of your meal, you take a sip, and they can clearly see the black Coke going up the straw. You cover the straw while you're still drinking, and you move it, and now it's orange soda going up the straw, and then you can take the lid off and show there's orange soda. Everything's examinable. Very clever method, and it's a method that I'm surprised even actually works, but it's very clever. It does. And it's cool that he figured that out. So it's one of those kind of things that's very organic. It's in the moment while you're hanging out with your friends. You just have to set it up before you sit down at the table. But other than that, it's just, you're good to go. The next one is it's another version of ring flight, but this time, instead of vanishing the ring and making it appear on your necklace, it appears linked onto your iPhone or your headphones or whatever that are plugged into your iPod or whatever in your pocket. And so, first of all, you have to have headphones or earbuds or whatever either on or wrapped around your neck so that the cord is clearly going down. You borrow the ring, you vanish it, do some fishy moves, and then you pull the phone out of your pocket, which is connected to your iPhone or to your headphones, and the ring is on there on your headphone cord. So the method's actually pretty clever. It's pretty clever. The problem is getting the ring there is a little bit fidgety, and it was very much fidgety in the performance on the DVD. You won't see that one in the trailer. It was very fidgety in the DVD, and I thought, well, it's pretty obvious what's going on there, and it's pretty obvious that your hand went near the phone when it shouldn't have been near the phone at a time in the routine when you're supposed to be doing something else. Anyway, that's very confusing if you haven't seen it, but it's very fishy to me. But it might be something where you could work out the handling, and it might be worth your time. Last of the bonus effects is another lighter effect where you borrow a lighter, a Bic, little mini Bic, and then you have your own mini Bic, and you show them both, and you show that both sides have a Bic logo on each side, but then so you give the lighter to your lighter to the person you borrow the other lighter from. Okay, so they're holding my Bic lighter in their hand, and then I take theirs that has a logo on each side, and I make one of the logos vanish. Now there's only a logo on one side. They can examine that, and they open their hand up, and now they see this, where there's a logo here and here, and it's apparently the logo from their lighter, which moments ago there was only just the one logo there. Anyway, that's the idea, and again, all you need to do is carry this in your pocket, and you're good to go. And it comes with the gimmick to make it set up to do that. And once you're done, they're holding on to this. They can look at it and examine it or whatever. It's fine. So that's it. All the lighter tricks, there's only 2 of them. You'll need to have 2 different lighters, depending on which trick you're going to do. If you're only going to do one trick, then you just need one gimmick lighter. I made up the gimmick for both of them, and so I can do the main lighter trick called Fuel, or I could do the other one where it's the jumping logo. Those, you just put the lighters in your pocket and you're good to go. Simple. The changing mints, the orange Tic Tacs changing into the white Tic Tacs, and I don't know what the angles are like on that. That looks pretty good, and you can see those mints are moving around in there, the orange mints. Now, this is a terrible way to do this change, okay, but I'm going to do it right in front of you, and you can see now that they're white, okay, and they're still moving. That's the change is that good. Most of the methods that do that, there's like a printed orange thing on there. It's not that kind of a thing. And so you can actually see the orange Tic Tacs moving, and you can see the white Tic Tacs moving. You just carry that in your pocket, and if you like that crappy change I just did, do that. So, having said all that, the last thing is the little 15-minute session on creativity. There's some clever stuff in there, and it's kind of gets you a little bit inside of Jeff's mind and how he creates magic, what he's thinking, so on and so forth. So bottom line, for $25, you're getting a fair amount of things. There are some issues that I had that I outlined more in depth in the ad copy. And you know, all but the lighter ones had some issue that I felt was significant enough to mention. So just a quick recap: the lighters, bang, put them in your pocket, you're done. This color changing Tic Tac requires a little bit of fidgety handling when you make the change and when you're going to pass out the Tic Tacs. The ring flight to the necklace, very fidgety handling. An inaccurate, bordering on dishonest ad copy ad trailer. I think that's a method that just won't work in most situations. And you also have to have an untucked shirt. So I don't mind that a trick only works in one scenario. What I do mind is when they're sneaky about it in the ad trailer, and when you have to wear an untucked shirt, and the untucked shirt just doesn't fit in most environments where you would be doing that trick. So therefore, you could pretty much almost never do it. That's where I had the problem. The chewing gum ones, no issues there, other than you're gonna have to go buy some extra stuff. And the drinking straw thing is really good. And the headphones ring flight thing was fishy. So all that said, go read the written review for more details. My final verdict was 3.5 stars. Stone status of gem with a little G, or not a capital G, but not a teeny G either. A normal size G. So that's it. The bad news is that means I'm not giving away a copy of this. I only give away 4 stars or better. Now, I could be swayed to change my mind to drop the standard down to 3.5 stars, because this isn't a bad product. It's not. There's a lot of good stuff on here, a lot of good ideas. There's just enough issues that I would not feel good giving it a 4-star or better. So, if you want to fight for the product and you think you should still be given away, then you know what? Fine, I'll do it. I'm changing my mind right now. So whoever wants it, this is what you have to do. You have to tell me what my middle name is. That's right. And that's all I'm telling you. You got to post it on facebook.com/magicreviewed. So in that, on my feed there, put I want a free copy of Voices by Jeff Prace, or I want the free copy, and your middle name is. If you get my middle name right, you get it. That's it. Time for you to like the video, subscribe to my channel, listen to the random iTunes song of the moment today, which is, oh yeah, see? Stairway to Heaven, but it's not the Zeppelin one. It's by Stanley Jordan. It's a really pretty jazzy piano rendition. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Very, very cool. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow on day 25, where I am reviewing Dreamweaver by Paul Carnazzo. Very, I can tell you I like the fact it's in my repertoire, and I can tell you it's going to get a good rating because of everything else involved as well. But what exactly that rating is, I will not tell you. But there you go, Dreamweaver by Paul Carnazzo. Tomorrow, day 25. Thanks for watching. Peace out.